My YouTube family, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to discuss and give you insight on my experience with applied kinesiology. Now, first of all, I know I haven't made a video in about a month, but I've been slacking in that end. Typically, I like to make videos every week or every 2 weeks, whether it's updates, procedures, experiences, you name it. So for the guys that are new to this channel, welcome to my channel. And if you guys don't know, I also like to live stream typically on Saturdays around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time, and just to communicate, interact with you guys to see how you guys are doing, and just share feedback with each other. But yeah, I did want to talk about applied kinesiology, and I actually got the idea from somebody doing my live stream because they asked a question, and I figured I would discuss my experience with applied kinesiology. Now, I know there's people out there that is just they don't think it works, they don't think that's a thing, they just think it's a complete crap. But with my experience, I don't believe that, just because I know what it does and how it's helped me. Obviously it's up to you guys to do your research to see if you can get help from it, but the last thing I can do is just share my experience to see what you guys think, and then also to see if you can get help just like I did. Now, I'm not promoting this. I'm not a professional. I'm not telling you go do it. I'm not gonna tell you that this is gonna solve your problems. But I am gonna share my experience, and in this channel, this is what I do. Very blunt about things, and I'm very transparent on the things that I've done, and I have nothing to hide. I believe that just being truthful is just the best policy. So let's get into it. All right, so my first introduction to applied kinesiology and this method of muscle testing and stuff, and actually natural medicine in general, was back in the spring of 2017. I flew all the way to California, and to be more specific, to the Bay Area, so the San Francisco area, to see a doctor. It was a long shot. It was expensive, but I decided to go through it because my last resources were coming up, and it was basically to get surgery. And at the time, it was going to be my first surgery, which is going to be the knee fundoplication surgery. I took a chance. I went to YouTube and doing my research. I found these doctors that talked about the stomach pull down, and there might be different ways that that could help me. And I went all the way over there, and I flew to the Bay Area. And I'm gonna talk to you about my first experience, which to be honest, it was kind of life changing, knowing how your body really works, and just getting a better understanding of my sliding hiatal hernia. Right. So when I was there for about 4 days, what they told me they were gonna do was a lot of testings, and I guess more blood testing and more blood work, aside from what they do for Western medicine, which is pretty cool. Thankfully, everything turned out well, and everything looked good on that end. They also did stool testing, and that turned out to be good as well. But after that, I went with the chiropractor, and of course he did his chiropractic work. But there was this method that I was introduced to, which was the stomach pull down, and that literally made a huge difference in my life. But a funny part about the chiropractor, he asked me a question. He was like, have you ever been in a car accident before? And I was like, yeah, not really, not a major one. And because he was touching my my bones and my muscles, and then he was like, have you played sports? And I was like, oh yeah, I played football. And he was like, oh well, that's just as bad. And I was like, well, because keep in mind, I still don't know what really caused my health issues. I really don't know what was that one factor, or maybe even several factors that caused me to have all these health issues, which include GERD and palpitations and heart racing. I mean, you name it. And chest pain and everything that I've talked about on my channel in my prior videos. So I was like, well, I was like, maybe it could have been sports. Who knows? Especially football, which was a really tough sport, and obviously tough on your body. So he told me to lay kind of next to the wall, right? And what he did was he put his two hands just like this, like I'm doing, right where my hiatus is at, and also right where my esophagus is at, and my stomach. Since it was a sliding hiatal hernia, if you guys, as you guys know, a sliding hiatal hernia means your stomach is coming up and down through your hiatus, right? Um, so so he told me to take a deep breath, and he pushed his fingers all the way down, and it kind of hurt a little bit. And then he told me to let it out. And then he told me to take a deep breath again. And the second time he told me let it out. And as soon as I let the air out, he pushed, I guess, my stomach down, my, from my chest cavity, and he pulled it down where it's supposed to be, and where it's supposed to, it's supposed to be at this whole time. And when I went into the office, I remember him telling him that I had complaints from chest pains, and so I couldn't take a full deep breath because it was impossible, and all due to my health issues. And as soon as he pulled my stomach down, and pulled my hiatal hernia, just pulled it down, and kept it there, he told me, take a deep breath. And I was like, and for the first time in about 7 to 8 months, I was able to take a full deep breath, and I was so in shock that I couldn't believe it. I looked at him, and he was like, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "I can breathe. I can breathe." This is my emotion, and I get emotional thinking about it because at that point, it was so powerful because my lack of knowledge when it came to this was so low, right? I didn't understand my body and the anatomy of my body and my stomach and the sliding hernia as much. And obviously he knew, but when he did that, it was like, oh my God, like I'm able to breathe. And I'm over here and I started crying. I'm talking about just tears because I'm like, I can breathe. And not just that, I didn't have the chest pains anymore. So when I was able to breathe, no more chest pains, and I was just like, oh, this is so cool. This is awesome. And when he kept asking me questions, to be honest, I don't remember what they were because I was so happy that there was some light, at the end of the tunnel. There was a little bit of, okay, maybe, I can get help, and that little bit of hope, was a lot to me. So, and the reason I say that is because I always believed, I guess just, morals or personal belief, that as long as you have hope, it's never over, right? So that was just a little bit of hope. And to be honest, he had to leave the room for like 5 minutes because I was just tearing up. I was just bawling, crying. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this, because that's how bad my issues were within 8 months. You know what I mean? Like, that's how life-changing it is. So when you guys come into my comments in my comment section, I understand you guys how life-changing these are, and these events are, and how life-changing your health issues can be, which is pretty cool. And ever since then, I was able to understand that a little bit better. And me, myself, obviously taking precautions, I'm able to do a little bit of my stomach pull down. Now, I don't do, the way he did it because I think it's better when somebody else professionally does it to you. But every night now, I lay down on the floor and I touch my stomach and this area and just let it, just let it relax, and then I pull it down a little bit and do some exercises, which also you can find on YouTube, by the way. You can find these stomach pull downs and stuff. I'm gonna try to put the links on my description. Maybe you can find them, and they're actually pretty cool, especially if you have a hiatal hernia, a sliding hiatal hernia. Obviously talk to your doctor first, make sure it's cool, but hopefully they can help you guys. And during that whole session, during that week, I was also introduced to how heat pads can help you with the muscle strains, or if you have any stiffness in the muscles, because your diaphragm, it's a muscle, right? It's your breathing muscle. So before anything, they used to put some heating pads around my left side, because there's a name to this profession, physical therapist. This therapist was working around my area, my diaphragmatic area, and she told me that my left side was a little bit higher on my diaphragm than my right side. So we worked on that. Now listen, again, I don't know exactly. I don't remember how she determined that, but I did know that I trust her. And when she was, reciprocating and giving me feedback, it made sense to me from the symptoms that I was feeling, right? Again, my experience. So I was like, this is making sense to me. Anyways, they put heating pads, and my muscle, will get loose a little bit, and then she'll start working on it, and she will be pulling my diaphragm a little bit lower, so it will be in the right place that it's supposed to be as your anatomy should be. So that was really cool, and that was really interesting. To be honest, the days that I was there, I think it's one of the best times that I felt ever since, me getting sick. And it was a great experience. I do regret, though, they gave me an advice. And again, this is not me giving you an advice. This is just what I was told by them. He was like, don't go through the procedure yet. Try to find somebody in Atlanta that does the same work we do, and hopefully they can help you out a little bit longer. And maybe, who knows, if that can end up curing and solving your issues. If you keep getting work on that sliding hiatal hernia, if you keep strengthening that muscle, things could be different. But as many of you guys know, and some of you guys have been part of this, some of these mistakes as well, I was in a rush and thinking that, surgery was going to help me, and then, surgery was going to be the end all be all and cure my symptoms, and I wasn't going to worry about this any longer. And of course, as you guys know, I was completely wrong. That was not the case when it came to the surgery. So that was a little bit disappointing. And this is one of the reasons why I made that video, that it's been pretty successful on my channel, that you should consider really when it comes to surgery, trying to find your best routes and try to best the most natural routes before you get into surgery, because it could be life-changing for some of you guys. Unfortunately, that's just the way surgery goes, and with a lot of surgeries as well. So that was it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool time. And now I found somebody here in Georgia, in Atlanta, that also worked with my stomach and understands a lot of the anatomy and the stomach pull down, because it does make me feel better. So whenever I am like feeling really bad and struggle, I go see him. He takes care of me, and we work a lot on my health and a lot of things with my muscles and stuff, which it's pretty cool. I think it's a really cool introduction into getting to know your body a little bit more. Now, obviously, if you don't believe in it, then there's nothing I can do. But I just wanted to share my experience with you guys, because I thought, for me, I'll actually apply some of those things on a daily basis when I do stretches. Whenever I, maybe after a shower, I lay down on the floor and start stretching, because your muscles get a little bit loose, and I just start stretching my areas, my diaphragm. Do some exercises for that. I do some exercises for my chest and my back that I've been taught throughout the years with functional medicine and also with applied kinesiology and stuff. I think it's part of my daily life, and it's pretty cool. And if you guys are more interested, obviously, just you can always ask me questions in the comment section and leave messages, and hopefully I can do my best. If you guys want me to get farther into this topic, just let me know in the comment section. I will make another video farther explaining all the processes, what I've been through, and I have no problem doing that. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully this helps in any way. Again, if you have any questions, hey, always free to ask. And also, if you want to join my live, it's typically during the weekend. So, turn the notifications. Make sure, you hit the bell so you can get notifications when I go live. And obviously, hey man, like this video if you liked it, and share the love. If you're liking my channel, share it with family and friends or whoever needs the help. And here I am for you guys. So thank you. I appreciate the love, and see you in the next one. Peace and love, baby.